Here's a great example of what you cannot do when you're out and about and filming in public. Now, some of you might be familiar with Joey Schwoll. I'll link him below because that's where I found this video. The original video looks like it came from Valentina Athletics, so credit to them for the original video. But you can see here that they are filming someone in the background where the obvious red arrow is pointing, and they are illustrating what they seem to be as a bad technique. Now, go back to the beginning. The caption says, "Stop doing this." Now, it's pointing at somebody who is not involved in the filming of this video. And they're obviously doing a technique which the person that filmed this thinks is a bad idea. Now, it may or may not be a good or a bad technique, and someone may or may not have told them to do that to work their way up to muscle ups or whatever it is they're trying to do. But the point here is the person that's filmed this is filming someone in the background to illustrate what they see as a bad technique, and it appears that they have nothing to do with the person filming it. Don't know that for a fact, but it certainly appears that they've got nothing to do with the person filming it. And then the person filming it then goes on to say, do this instead. And they're doing a different technique and showing what they really should do for something else. And then Joey Schwoll goes on to talk about it, criticize it, and say you shouldn't be doing this. And I, quite frankly, agree with him, because you shouldn't be doing things like that. Anyone that is filming out and about in public, if you include someone else in that video and they're incidentally included, or even if they come up and talk to you and then they're in your video because they're talking to you, that to a large extent is fine. But you can't film them in the background, use them as an example of what you say they shouldn't be doing and then show what you should be doing instead, because they've not signed a waiver or a release to be in your video. So you can't be doing this. Now, there's a whole number of other issues raised in this video in the first place, because filming in a gym, I think, is pretty poor taste anyway, because you incorporate other people in there that probably don't want to be in your video. Some people might, and they might have a good spirit about it, and they might, interact with you to be in your video. But a lot of people will not want to be in your video. And so if you are filming in a public place like a gym, not only are there going to be, I would imagine, rules, regulations, terms of membership to prohibit filming inside the gym, certainly without their consent, permission, license, and so on, much like many other places have a license to film on the premises, and you have to pay that before you can actually go there and film. So this might be against the terms and conditions of your membership and might terminate your membership. And in fact, Joey Schwoll has highlighted many of these cases where people have been filming and criticizing people and filming in bad taste, and they've had their memberships terminated. So for one, you need to look at the terms and conditions, whether you're allowed to do that, whether the management would allow you to do that. And if so, you need to do it in a way that is respectful to other members. You can't simply use people in the background like this and dump them in your video. Now, I do this video because more and more people are going to be creating social media accounts and videos like this, and they think this is a great way of illustrating what they think is a bad technique versus what they think is a good technique. Now, I just don't think that's acceptable. So as always, every situation turns on its own facts and every situation is unique. But this is one great example where this shouldn't have happened. So I hope you found that interesting. Do subscribe and I'll see you next time.